Hey,
Hi. How are
how are you?
you? I'm good. How are you?
Good.
That's good. You look good.
Better. Better. I have been having the most horrible 2 to 3 days ever. So I was like, okay, I need to get my shit together because I gotta do the live.
Yeah, believe me. I know, girl. But we here. That's all that
hmm
matters. I'm excited. I'm excited.
How has
Thank
it been?
you. Um, I've been maintaining, definitely. My brother is here with
Yeah.
us. He's here. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've been okay. I've been okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that once you have the knowledge of the things that we know, it makes it a lot different.
Yes. Yeah. Because
So it's
it's
easier.
yes. It's still very
Hard
hard. Don't get me
to
wrong, but
accept.
yes, but I have been definitely crediting my spiritual foundation to help. That's been helping me stay afloat and
Yeah.
helping me deal with it. It helping me
Yeah.
not. I don't. Fortunately, I don't know. I only have experienced this situation with being in the lifestyle that I'm in. So I
Right.
can't really even discuss what I would have done, could have done before because I don't know. You know,
Right.
I only know this lifestyle when something hit this close, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah.
And I mean, the only thing that I can tell you to that would actually get to you is I
Hmm.
think that I texted it to you the other day,
Hmm.
and we all have our purpose in this life, you
Hmm.
know. And once we fulfill that purpose, whether we like it or not, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
So, it was his time to go, and
Yeah.
he fulfilled his purpose in life, and
Yeah.
it's hard on us to accept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, it makes it easier on us to know that there's nothing that we could have done because the day we are born and the day we die, that day is marked.
That it is. It is. It's already written in the books. It's
It's
already
written
written in the books.
exactly,
It's already written in the book. So there's nothing that you can really.
exactly. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for joining me,
Of course.
and I have so many questions for you. And
Okay.
what we were just speaking about is part of what we're gonna, speak about of spirituality and energy,
Hmm.
and maybe a little bit into manifesting. And I want to say a few things personally on myself.
Hmm.
I have always questioned existence throughout my entire life, even as a child.
Okay.
I never believed in religion. I never followed anything or any belief. I've always questioned um everything that's been told to me. And I
Hmm.
remember being a teenager, like 16, 17 years old, and I would question, about God and the universe and this and that. And a lot of things just wouldn't make sense to me. And just because somebody would tell me one thing or the other, I was like, ugh. And through my older years, I definitely came to the conclusion that, and I do not want to get into religion because the religion is something different. But to me, religion is, it's based on society, it's man-made, and it's just pretty much for people to follow, based on your society. You're just following a belief, a system, okay?
Yeah.
And so I don't want to get too deep into it, but that's what it is for me
Yeah.
now. So I was always very confused. I was always questioning a lot of things. Like, well, I question everything, but and and a few years ago, I knew nothing about spirituality. I knew nothing about spiritual awakening. I was practically just living my life day to day based on what I knew of being asleep then. Still, like being an ambitious person or being goal oriented has nothing to do with being spiritual.
Yeah.
So now we're going to combine the two.
Yeah.
And it was 2020, and it did start when I met my twin flame.
Okay.
So it was like around the same months, and I started to become spiritual awake. And I have to tell you, what first impacted me the most was to awaken
Hmm.
to this. Yeah, she shared that like beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, friend.
It was to awaken to the disgusting world that we live in. Oh my God. I swear to you, I spent an entire night literally crying when I learned about the child trafficking, the underground tunnels, all of those things that I'm not even gonna get into. But I spent a whole entire night crying, and going back to part of not knowing who you are and your purpose in life, which now I know. I was also chatting with a friend of mine last year, somebody that I had never met in person, actually somebody from London, and he goes to me, "You definitely do not know who you are." This is a very spiritual person as well. And I was like, "No." I mean, now I do. And at the moment that I saw and learned a lot of things that have been going on in the world through our entire life, and all these major companies that are part of the system and injecting the people into the matrix and all this system and all this, and I told a friend of mine, I'm like, do you know that this company that you so much love and you applaud to does this? And they go to me, yeah, I know. And I'm like, you don't care? And she's like, well, what am I going to do about it? And then I had another friend who her grandson was also becoming spiritually awake. And she was telling me about so many things that he wanted to do in humanity. And I'm like, yeah, like me too. It's like when you know these things, you feel you have a duty, you have a purpose. And she's like, well, what is she going to do? What are you going to do? I'm like, so I was putting two and two together, and I'm like, this is the difference of them and
Hmm.
us.
Exactly.
And we cannot just look the other way and turn our heads and just let these things happen in front of our faces, because I feel like we have a duty. When you know you have a purpose and you're aligned to your purpose, you know you have to do what you have to do. And there's a reason why someone like you or me have been called to certain things.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. I totally agree. Absolutely. Yeah.
When I met you in Palm Beach at the
Yeah.
event,
Hmm.
we started talking
Yeah.
and we vibed so well. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not crazy.
No.
Finally, someone that actually understands to the exact degree what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So, my question to you is, what is your understanding? Because, like, right, so many people are going to see this live that are so asleep. Like, people that I talk to every day, and I'm like, fuck, it's like, I sometimes I don't even bother because they just do not comprehend. And they're going to see this, and coming from somebody else that you're very much more educated than myself in the subject, a lot of people are going to they're going to start understanding a lot of things. So
Yeah.
what is spiritual awakening to you? When
Mhm.
did you first experience it, and how has the journey been ever since, which is never the same?
Okay, so hello everyone. I am Deshayla. So I am I guess you can call a spiritualist. I say I am who I am. So,
Yeah,
I don't really like to get stuck in a whole title and role of things.
right.
I'm just a spirit being that was placed here on a purpose, on a journey like everyone else. But as far as like my journey with spirituality,
Yes.
I it was around when I was about 25, because I grew up in a whole, being a black woman,
Yeah.
majority of us grows up in
Minority.
minority, a Christian background, some type of thing like that. So, I definitely grew up in it. My mom wasn't too, she had her phase where she was a little strict with it. but it didn't last. You know, it wasn't like too much forced upon me, but it was the only thing I really knew.
Yeah.
So when I was around 25 though, is when I was kind of like, I don't think I'm religious, I think I'm spiritual. And I had no clue what that meant. Like, it
Yeah.
just came to me like, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious. That's what I just began to feel. And like within a year or so after that, life shook me. And it's so interesting because you said yours happened when you met your twin flame, and mine's happened when I separated from my twin flame. And of course, I
Wow.
didn't know that that was my twin flame then. But with
Right.
my ex-husband, I had my first. So awakenings is when you start to question.
Yeah.
Awakenings is questioning. You're questioning the foundation of your belief system, of the things that you were taught, that you were
Then I've been
told.
awakened my entire life.
Yeah, you have been like
Yeah.
that. You have been. You didn't connect with your
Didn't know.
security of it. Yeah, you didn't have
Yeah.
your secure foundation. Um, so I began to question. I began to question God and say,
Yeah.
well, if God is real,
Right.
why so much BS happening? Why
Exactly.
someone like me who is, I like to believe that I'm a, you know, I don't really get into the good or bad thing because it really is what it is. But if we wanted to do good and bad, I'm a pretty good person, pretty genuine,
Mm-hmm.
loving person. But I have experienced every freaking abuse, every trauma you can think of has come
Yeah.
knocking at my door. But
Same here.
so how can God be real? I went through that. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I went to my mom with it, who was actually on her journey, actually pivoting out of religion and
Yeah.
spirituality and her own beliefs. And she explained it to me a bit differently. And in that time, I still didn't register it because I'm just questioning. You know, I'm just questioning it at this time. So, but the way she defined it to me was more of God being within us. And I didn't pay any mind to it then. I'm still like, I don't know about this. You know, one thing I do know as a collective and as everybody, we all have faith in something. That's like,
Right.
we just need that little, we all have faith. Rather if it's in God, if you want to go to Jesus and them, whatever it is you believe, we all, one thing we have in common is faith. So I
Right.
started to look at it that way. And I started to be like, how can, if you're a Christian, let's say, how can you tell a Buddhist that they're wrong if they've been doing this all their life and this is all they know? And
And that's
how
the
can,
power of religion.
exactly, how can you tell someone else that they're incorrect or this is not the true God? Or how can y'all say that? You know, when it's so many people that in the world that practices different things, it just never made sense to me.
Right.
How this stuff was coming about. Even in the Bible, like, were they the only people that were magical? You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? Like, when did the magic stop? You know, it was like stuff that I started to question.
Really quick, Debbie is saying religion separates. Exactly. Religion
Yeah,
is a man-made, society based to
exactly.
separate different cultures, into
Hmm.
fighting with each other and to divide us for
Yeah,
the matrix overall to control us.
exactly. And I definitely began
Um,
to question that. Go ahead. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
You were saying about the belief and the faith. I used to have faith in merely just myself
Yeah. It's
before
funny.
I
It's
knew anything about energy, and my
yeah.
faith was just me and myself and
And
I.
you were already on the, I don't want to say correct, but you was getting it already.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
trying to say?
yeah,
You were getting it already. You just
yeah,
didn't know. You just wasn't connected to that part of yourself yet.
right.
That's all that was. But as far as that, because I want to don't want to make my, my awakening part too long. I did go through just a spiritual awakening, and then I went from when I got into it to really deeper into the lifestyle. I started with ancestral practice. So I started to build altars,
Mm,
my ancestors, spirit guides, stuff like that.
yeah,
I began down that road, and it has definitely changed my life for the better. Do I still have things that happen in my life? Absolutely. My brother was just killed last
yeah,
month. But however, this lifestyle gave me the tools to understand death so that I can accept what happened to my brother. You understand what I'm trying to
Yes,
say? So it's like,
definitely.
yeah, I'm not feeling like lost or, you know, it gave me the tools to understand that we are spirit beings just having a human,
Exactly.
we're spirits having a human experience, you know, and even looking at him in a casket, I'm like, this is just the body he chose. This is not my brother. Our
Exactly.
souls has always been connected through many lifetimes before
Yeah.
this, and we're going to stay connected. You know what I'm trying to
Right.
say? So it made it a lot easier for me to accept what was happening and to understand that his purpose is now to work in the spiritual realm. He's still
Yeah.
here. He's still working. He still has our
Hmm.
family here that he's assisting while we're here on earth. I have a job to do, and my brother is now on the other side helping me fulfill my purpose. You know what I'm
Exactly.
trying to say? And spirituality and awakening brought me to that understanding for this very moment. If I have to go back from when I started in 2019 and to 2022 of where I'm at now, it has definitely been a road. It has definitely been an experience. But however, I honestly adjust to life a lot better than a lot of people who get stuck. I'm just gonna
In the
say in
everyday
their
struggles.
religion. I
Yeah.
do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? And I'm not a religion basher because I am one of the people that as long as you're doing something that's helping you get through life, that's your business. I'm not here
Right.
to, it's not my responsibility. I would never want to take on the responsibility of saying y'all shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that. All I can do is lead by example. And if I
Yeah.
am intriguing to you, or I'm showing you something that you might want to, a road you might go down, then I'm here to be your teacher and guide you. And you're here to be my teacher as well. However, do what y'all want to do, because here's the thing. When you talk about, when you mention the people who are still asleep or that's not enlightened and stuff like that, the reason why I don't get too bothered or anything with, anybody else is because they're who they're supposed to be in this lifetime.
Yeah.
That's literally who they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's not really our responsibility to say, you shouldn't be this way, you shouldn't be that way, because they are playing out whatever life they were supposed to be to come here and do. And then
Yeah.
when they come back again, it's for y'all to keep replaying out until
Yeah.
you get it.
Until they get it right.
Exactly.
Um.
So yeah.
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 You
So
mentioned about death, and it's funny. I've never feared death for the same purpose that I understand that we
yeah.
have a purpose, and once
Yeah.
we fulfill it, it's just pretty much just being on the other side, just being a spiritual self.
Yeah.
Also, before I was really in tune with my spirituality, where I would still question everything and I would come up with my own ideas and my own beliefs. I have always come up with my own beliefs and my own morals, and I would study a lot of people. I mean, when I mean study, I mean like mentally study people that would be religious or that they would constantly talk about God. And I'm like, they need that belief. They need to have that faith in one thing, in something, in order to go on with their lives. And this is just the power of the mind. This is just how weak is your mind for you to have to follow something. And that's where it comes where people are leaders and people are followers. And it's okay. You need to follow a system. You need to follow a belief because that is what your mind can accept.
Yeah.
Then go ahead,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. That's what their mind can accept. Then go ahead and it's fine. I, on the other hand, have always, just have to question everything, and it became a little hard for me. But once, like you were saying, once we're aligned with our purpose, like once I finally understood who I was, my sole purpose in life, where I was going, and where I'm going. The number one thing, the universe is the son of a bitch. Literally, like it starts testing you so much and testing the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's situations and patterns happening in my life where it's for me to awaken, for me to see this person can come with me, this
Yeah.
person can come with me, this person is this person is that. And then when I understand that, I just go along. and go along and go along. And I'm like, you damn motherfucker, if you only knew. But like you gotta go along because it's tests for you and tests for, for you to know who's who as well. Because it happens so that so many struggles and burdens in your life have to happen for you to be able to reach a certain part of your life where you can actually understand this. And you have to be mentally and spiritually strong to go ahead and go along with the journey and actually align to your purpose. You have to find your purpose yourself.
Exactly.
It's not like, and we don't find it unless we go through so many things, and we travel through so many burdens and pains in our lives,
Yeah.
whether, whatever it can be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah.
I wanted to speak to you about energy, and I came up with this belief on God and the devil, and I am aware that everything is energy, and we're all energy, and everything is an energetic being. And to me, God is the goodness in all of us. It's our positive and good energy in all of us. We are all the universe. We are all universal spirits. We are all universal beings. And the devil is the bad side of us. We all have evil in us.
Yeah.
Some have more evil than others. And that is where that negative and bad energy comes. And because a lot of times I would question to myself, is like, well, yeah, if God is real and I'm such a good person, or why do all of these things in the world happen?
Yeah.
How come this person that is so evil or such a bad person can get away with so many things? And it's because it's merely energy. It's pure energy. So if we as human beings do not want that negative energy to get to us, we need to be stronger. We need to have a stronger, positive, and good energy, and have a stronger mental energy to go ahead and block that. And there's tools to do that as well.
Yeah.
I brought my Palo Santo. My friend brought this to me from Peru a couple years ago, and I was like, what the hell is a Palo Santo?
Yeah, Palo Santo. Yeah.
So yeah, she's like, girl, you gotta light that shit up. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, this is
I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
well,
want no.
No, say what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask you some questions. Say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna go into energy, my take on energy and stuff
Right,
like
so
that.
go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So when it comes to the good or bad, like I said, I'm not really on the whole. That's good. That's bad. It pretty much everything happens for a reason and stuff. It is what it is, and it even to the God and the devil, if we're using the God, and
right.
that is all within us, and that's the go back into religion. It's taught everything to be outside of you. Oh, the devil be trying to
like the one person. Yeah.
Are your own devil.
Exactly.
Are your own God.
Exactly.
Everything is within you. Ain't no devil on this couch coming up in here, sneaking in and then doing what he got to do. You know what I'm trying to. It unfortunately, some people are more tapped into that. Like, it's weird calling her Debbie because it's actually my grandma that's coming in. But like, tapping into the ego is a mother, and it's like one thing I noticed getting into spirituality, and this stuff is becoming so trendy, and you got to be very careful. People teach you to get rid of the ego, but ego is something that you just got to learn how to check. Your ego is always going to be there. You know what I'm trying to say? And we all have, you are correct, we all have the potential to do good or bad. You know what I'm trying to say? I just feel like when it comes to that whole dynamic of it, I just don't agree with the whole outside. Everything is outside.
Never. Definitely.
It to me, it's like a way of you not taking responsibility for your own.
Yeah.
And for
exactly.
godliness.
Scientifically,
Mm-hmm.
scientifically speaking, you know, we're made of cells, and
Mm-hmm.
our cells are made up of energy. Our
Yes.
atoms are made up of energy. So if we're
Mm-hmm.
going to speak scientifically, everything is energy, and we are energetic beings
Everything.
from
Every,
our cells out. So when I speak about energy, good and bad, it is us. It is
yeah,
within us, you
it's with
know?
it's within us.
Yeah,
And then it depends on what could be good to me might be bad to you. What could be, and
exactly.
vice versa, and all of that stuff, and just, you know. But when it comes to a level, if you want to talk about energy in a way of manifesting or
Right.
learning how to manipulate energy, that's a whole nother, you froze on us here. There you go. You back. You back.
I had a phone call.
Yep, you're back. Learning how to manipulate energy and stuff like that and use it to your advantage. That's a whole
Mhm.
other, you know, topic, I should say, but we're on the topic of energy. So learn
Right.
just really use things to work in your benefit. You know what I'm trying to say, and rather if you
Yeah,
like the situation or not, you learn how to turn everything to work for you and work for your benefit. Everything should benefit you, regardless if you like it.
exactly.
You know what I'm trying.
I, yes, definitely. And, you know, before I would be like, before being in tune with everything that goes on, I would question, why is this happening to me? Blah blah blah, and why do I have to go through this? And now, if I if something bad happens to me, I'm like, Haiti, trust the process. It's
Yeah.
part of the process. You know,
Mm-hmm.
what am I supposed to learn from this? And good moments and bad moments, everything is time based. So we're gonna get out of the of the bad moments as well. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just being in tune and aligned with what we're meant to do and who we're meant to be, and the evolution of the soul and how we grow. And we're not the same person we were a year ago or two
Mm-hmm.
years ago. Most people stay stagnant. The ones who are aligned and in tunes, like we just grow at rapid speed.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like I had different thoughts and feelings a month ago than I do now. I'm like, God,
I know it.
man.
Because
Yeah,
you get it. It's something
yeah,
in you, like you understanding the process, and it's like,
yeah,
okay, from this, okay, you get it, and you understand when stuff keeps getting shown to you and stuff like that. That is something that you have to still work through and stuff like that. And it's so
exactly.
talking about aligning and connecting with your soul, because at my brother's memorial, I got up there and I spoke about aligning with your soul and
Yeah,
connecting with your soul. You know how a lot of people feel lost and they feel confused and they feel behind in life and they don't understand, is because you're
a
not
lot of
connected.
people do not even know what a soul is.
Yeah, and how your soul is actually connected to your mind. It
Yeah,
runs that. So if you're not aligned, you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
It's gonna seem wacky and stuff. And it's even going back to what you were saying about yourself when you say you were questioning, but you did not understand your purpose yet. You get what I'm
mm-hmm.
trying to say? You can question with your purpose because you're aligned with your soul. Now you get it. You
Mm-hmm.
understand. You move. It's like when you have situations that you're not too fond of, or you don't want to be in, you begin to understand it's a part of your soul's purpose, so it
Yeah,
helps you, because you're understanding this is something that your soul has to go through at the moment to get to where
yeah,
you need to be, instead of you
yeah,
trying to and want to trample upon everybody and allowing ego to dictate the way you're going, and um don't want to accept anything, because when you're aligned with your soul, you know everything is working out for you,
yeah,
no matter how it looks. Because you understand everything that you're finna learn is preparing you for, like I say, the woman I'm
yeah,
becoming. You know
yeah.
what I'm trying to say? It's preparing me for the that I am becoming, the
And
challenges. Because
yeah,
uh-huh,
and you know what?
you
You become
froze.
fearless. Yeah, I know you're freezing as
Yeah,
well. You become fearless.
yeah,
You become a fearless individual because you know that no matter what, you're taken care of because it's part of your journey. So whatever is the next step or whatever's going to happen, it's something that you need to go through as part of your journey. So you're nothing in
mm-hmm.
life.
Yeah, yeah.
Thinking
You
about
froze again.
energies, it's been freezing, huh?
You froze.
Am I still
Yeah, you're
frozen?
coming back.
Okay.
There you go. You're back. You back. Mm-hmm. You,
Speaking about energies, I wanted for you to explain the chakra system. A lot of people do not even know what that is, and I
yeah,
was sick these past 2 days. Before doing this live, I literally had to unblock my throat chakra.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I know now I'm not a flat out expert in the chakra system, but I know what the chakra system is.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I really got more. When I first got into the whole spiritual awakening and all that stuff, the cutesy phase, the stones, the meditation of everything, is when I began to, know about what the chakras are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I had my Kundalini awakening is when I actually began to feel how out of balance my chakras was. So you have the root chakra, you have the sacral, you have
Sacral,
the solar plexus, you have the heart, you have the throat, you have
crown, throat, third eye, and crown.
the third eye and crown. Yes. So basically, the way I explained it, the way I like to explain it is when I had my Kundalini awakening. Some people call it Kundalini Shakti. Is what some people call it. You could call it the God waking up inside of you, spirit waking up inside of you, whatever. But I just always
Let me
imagine.
let
Mhm.
me explain really quick because a lot of people are not going to understand what Kundalini awakening is.
Uh-huh.
Kundalini awakening is pretty much like your energy system going from your spine all the way up, and it aligns your entire energetic
Yeah,
system from down all the way to your crown chakra.
yeah,
It's
and
like a
it's not
flat
fun.
kunda.
It's
It's
not fun.
not. You
It's
feel it
not
all over
fun.
your body.
It's not a fun experience at all.
Yeah.
It was actually, I it was horrifying, and it was to the point until I actually accept what was happening to me and I made myself look at it as a beautiful experience that I began to move past the Kundalini experience quicker. I stopped fighting against it. I was totally like, I practice hoodoo and stuff like that, so I thought I did something wrong, which hoodoo is basically witchcraft, let's just say that,
Voodoo. Okay.
so yeah, by practice, that's more of the African American term of that, So I'm like, what, did I do something wrong? And all of this, what did I get tap into? I'm talking to spirits and all. It was just a terrible experience for me. But then when
Yeah.
I began to understand what was happening to me and I turned it into something beautiful and understood the gift that came with it, is when the process became easier and I was able to address those chakras that was blocked, out of
Yeah.
balance,
Hmm.
overworking. You know
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say? So your root chakra is the bottom. So that's
Yeah.
usually your
That's
fight
for
or
ground. That's for grounding and security.
ground insecurity. Yes, so that's your fight or flight system chakra. So if are easily, if you experience a lot of type of trauma, well, most
Your
of us, our chakra will be out of balance.
like
That's what.
childhood trauma have to do with the root chakra because
Yep, yep,
it also goes up as in chronological order as well.
yep, yep. You start from the root. You always
Hmm.
that's what anything. You start from
Yeah.
the root of everything, no matter what you do. If you're planting in your garden, the roots gotta,
Yeah.
that's just with everything. It starts from the root, and then you just pretty much it works itself up. But what I was gonna say is when I had my Kundalini awakening, the way you said it's like a system that goes up and down. But when you're having that Kundalini awakening, your system is like this, okay? And here's this energy trying to push through and you're blocked. So then you're feeling all of this rush of energy, unbalanced. It's like you're feeling it all because you're so blocked and not aligned. So the way I would explain it is just like my kundalini was going through me like, ew, what is this? What happened there? Ew, ew. Let's get rid of this. So now you're crying all the time because you're purging all of this energy out of you, this trauma out of you. And it's like, get this out of here, get this out of here. Ew, move. What happened here? Oh, you don't speak up for yourself, or you talk too much. Let's
Yeah.
correct that chakra. Your whole third eye and all of that, and then your crown was connecting to the spiritual realm. That's unbalanced.
Yeah.
So sacral has to do with like your sexuality and being comfortable and all of that creativity and all of that stuff. So it's all out of balance because all this BS you done experienced from being here. I don't care nobody say, if you were born in the moment you were born into some BS. You were bound to experience something that was going to get your
Yeah.
ass whack. So
Mm-hmm.
now here it is. It's time to get aligned again.
Yeah.
So, and it's definitely a journey, and it's not cute though. As much as it's so trendy now, you really got to do the work to get this stuff
Yeah.
back. You
Mm-hmm.
really got to work. You really got to apply yourself. You really have to face. It's more than just wearing a stone sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking stones at all because, baby, okay, go get you some stones and help the process. But you really have to sit with yourself and understand, why are you not speaking up for yourself? You know what I'm
And
trying to
go
say?
a lot within.
Yeah, why are you flighty the way you are? And your root
Yeah.
chakra, you have to deal with that stuff as well to get that stuff aligned
Yeah.
and balanced, so it can now the energy can flow through you. And it's definitely a difference from before and now. I feel a total,
Definitely.
yeah.
Um, for me now, well, first of all, before finishing on the chakras, I want to hopefully people can Google the chakra system, and they can understand what the purpose that each chakra is just energy systems, energy points throughout our entire body. And each energy point has to do with either our organs and part of our mentality and our subconscious as well and minds. So we need to make sure that each of our chakras are opened and aligned in order to be our best self.
Yeah.
So chakra is Chakra. It's
Mm-hmm.
just energy points within the body. Please Google it and get your chakras aligned.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I, throughout this entire journey, which has been very fast speed to me, especially this past last year, there has been times where I have just locked myself like an entire weekend. I literally could not vibe with anybody that surrounded me. I couldn't speak to anybody. I couldn't vibe. I'm here like, we don't have the same beliefs. We don't have the same thoughts. We don't have the same system. I felt so off, so off until I finally got off that stage. And now I understand, okay, they are who they are. They have their journey. I am who I am. I have my journey. And I need to be able to know and comprehend that I can interact with people differently without letting it get to affect my energy. There are some people that their energy cannot get near me. I cannot have near me, and it's really sad because it's close people to me. And
Mm-hmm.
as soon as my energy just blocks them, I
It's
can't
like
I can't deal with them.
you're living like this type of lie, even with them around you.
Exactly. It's like we're not the same anymore. We're just not. No,
Yeah.
I can't even see you. Um. So I think we've covered pretty much a good amount of
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
and information based on practically spirituality and energy. I do not want to even get into food. I think if anything, I'll just do a video on the food and
Food,
how
I
it
can't
affects
have nothing
our
for y'all.
system. Girl, I am all fucked up.
I don't have for y'all with food, but if anything else as far as aligning spiritual awakenings, I'm definitely a girl. Aligning with the universe, learning how to work with the universe,
Yeah.
learn ancestors,
All we
all,
have to do, all we have to do is speak into existence.
yeah, yeah,
That's all there is to it.
yeah.
It's like I want this, 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 and I'm
Mm.
like, don't let me down.
And
I'm like, do not let me down.
I want to put out there too, because
Yes,
we're speaking and manifested, because maybe we could do it live another day and not go into the real,
yes, please. I'm manifesting.
but you have to, I'm a type of person, you got to work for everything. Some
Yeah,
people physically, I work spiritually.
right.
I gain a lot of things in different ways than other people might gain or have to go get things, because I'm spiritually aligned. That is my
Yeah,
purpose, to teach an
yeah.
unconventional lifestyle. I understand that. I do not work myself to death for anything in my life. I tried that. It wasn't for me. And as far as
You
like, man,
stay in the same realm when you do that. You stay in the same realm.
exactly, exactly. And as far as even with manifestation, a lot of people, especially like I said, these things are getting very trendy, so you have to be really careful. It's like they believe it's this genie bottle effect. It is not that. You have to work and you have to be in alignment with what it
Yeah.
is you are asking for.
Yep.
You have to be in alignment with these things,
Yep.
or
Definitely.
you're not going to get it, and your foundation is going to be shook, or you're going to get it and you're not going to even know what to do with it because you're
Exactly.
ready for it.
Exactly what I was going to say. It's as easy as not being ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not ready for it, when it comes, tough luck for you.
Exactly.
Period. Because you're gonna
And
blow it.
as me, I have done it many times. So anytime I speak, I'm speaking from experience. I don't speak
Hmm.
thing I have not experienced personally, because that ain't my thing. I have manifested in things, and although and even if it didn't work out the way I would have liked it, I still was thankful for it, showed gratitude for it, and was thankful for the experience of what I learned out of it. So then I can move differently. I know better now, but I have definitely asked for things that I have not been ready for, or I thought it was supposed to go a certain way. If you are manifesting and you're still wanting things to go the way you want it to go, you're selling yourself short and you're setting yourself up. The
Yeah.
universe, whatever it is that you believe in, always knows a better way than we know. All we have
And
to
it's
do,
gonna give you what you deserve.
exactly. And all we have to do is desire and let go of the how and why. And I've done that too. I wanted certain things and I'm like, why did I get it this way? And then my ancestors like, are you serious? Like, you're really asking for.
And you know what? You go back in time. I think things or people that I wanted to be with 5 years ago, and it never happened. And back then, I'm like, why wouldn't it happen or whatever? And even though I knew, because I've always been very intuitive, but I knew things were meant to be. And now it's like, oh God, thank God. Thank God. There was no way in hell I would have been doing that or that or that. Because
Yeah,
you know what's coming for you. Once you're 100% aligned, you know exactly where you're going.
exactly. And
And
no, you cannot miss out on anything. It's no such thing. You didn't miss out on anything. You know,
if it's
this
meant for
life is
you, it's meant
literally
for you.
is literally it's literally it's like carved out for us. We're just so stuck in that ego way sometimes. Or I'm gonna say y'all,
Yeah,
because not here no more. I need to start associating myself with we, and it's y'all. I don't care, because and that's in the most. I don't even like to use the word humble, because humble is actually not a very good
yeah.
term. But
I'm not
I,
gonna humble myself either. I am who I am, whether you like it or not.
y'all might be there. I did the work. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah,
I'm letting y'all know what I've been through.
yeah,
And you know, you can never miss anything. This life is literally carved out for us.
yeah, yeah,
Just let go of that egotistic way of thinking of how you want it, when you want it, how you were supposed to get it.
Yeah.
and let it just happen for you.
Yeah.
All you gotta do.
Definitely. Let's do another live soon on manifestation,
Absolutely.
because this is very, very important. And we have so many anecdotes and stories to talk about
Yeah.
that. I'm all about manifestation. I am the kind of person that if I want something and I know where I'm going, to me, it's all or nothing. And
Mm-hmm.
usually when it comes to you, the question is, well, do I still want it?
Yeah.
Do I still want it? Because maybe I will want better things. But
Yeah.
to me, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
I am not afraid to give up
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things for what I truly want. And this is what people don't have the balls to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always got wrapped up in the how, and it made me very ungrateful for things that were literally,
Mm,
when I say handed to me,
yeah.
it's a story for another day.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we definitely got to do some manifestation stuff, and it would not be no. I'm very real when it comes to manifestation. It will not
Yeah.
be this sold now. I'm telling you, you have to work and get in alignment for these
Yep,
things. Yeah.
definitely. Definitely. So let's leave that thought there. In order for a manifestation to come through, you have to literally be in alignment to the person or what you're attracting. If not, you're not gonna get it. Let's
Mm-hmm.
leave that thought there, and let's schedule a live for that. And this was an amazing and
Yeah.
very educational live, even for myself.
So thank.
Um, so yeah, thank you for joining me. And also when we do the other live, we'll speak about your podcast as well. I'm dying
Yeah,
to join you.
and then on my podcast when I start
Yeah,
season. I finished season 1, but
awesome. Awesome. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap that up. And thank you so much for joining me, and everybody who's been, writing their comments and questions. And thank you guys for joining us as well. And see you next time. Let's
yeah.
talk. Bye.